Have you ever wondered how some people seem to achieve so much with what looks like so little effort? It's like they have a secret superpower, right? Well, today, I'm going to pull back the curtain on that secret, and it's a concept called leverage. And trust me, once you understand it, it will completely change how you approach your goals, your work, and even your life. Let's start with a classic image. Picture a huge, heavy boulder. You try to push it with all your might, straining every muscle, but it doesn't budge. It feels impossible. Now, imagine you find a long, sturdy crowbar and a small rock to use as a pivot point, a fulcrum. You wedge the crowbar under the boulder, press down on the long end, and suddenly, with just a fraction of the effort, the massive rock begins to move. That, my friends, is the magic of leverage. You're not working harder, you're working smarter by multiplying your force. This principle isn't just for moving rocks. It applies to everything. The great Archimedes famously said, "Give me a leva long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world." He was talking about physics. But this idea is a powerful metaphor for achieving extraordinary results in any area of your life. Leverage is the art of using a small input to generate a massive output. It's about getting more done with less. So, how do we apply this beyond physical objects? Let's break down the different types of leverage you can use right now. The first, and maybe the most obvious in today's world, is technology leverage. Think about it. A single person with a laptop and an internet connection can build an audience of millions, create a product that serves thousands, or manage a business that operates 24/7. Software, automation tools, social media, artificial intelligence, these are our modern-day levers. Instead of manually sending 100 emails, you use an email marketing service to send 100,000 with one click. Instead of building a physical storefront, you create an e-commerce website that's open to the entire world, all the time. Every time you use an app to automate a repetitive task, you're using leverage. You do the work once setting up the system, and it pays you back over and over again. It frees up your most valuable resource, your time. So, the first question to ask yourself is, what tasks am I doing manually that a piece of software could do for me? Next up, we have financial leverage. This one can sound a bit intimidating, but the core idea is simple. Using other people's money to generate returns. When you take out a mortgage to buy a house, you're using financial leverage. You might put down 20%, and the bank provides the other 80%. If the house value goes up by 10%, your return on your initial investment is actually much higher because you're re-profiting from the growth of the entire asset, not just your portion. Businesses do this all the time by taking out loans to buy equipment or expand operations, hoping the returns from that expansion will far outweigh the cost of the loan. Of course, this type of leverage comes with risk. Just as it can magnify gains, it can also magnify losses. That's why it's crucial to be educated and cautious. But when used wisely, financial leverage can be an incredibly powerful tool for wealth creation, allowing you to build assets much faster than you could buy just using your own savings. Now, let's talk about my personal favorite, people leverage, or what you might call team leverage. You only have 24 hours in a day. There's a hard limit to what you can accomplish on your own. But when you build a team, when you delegate tasks, you are essentially buying back your time. You are leveraging the skills, energy, and time of other people. A great leader isn't someone who does everything themselves. There's someone who can assemble a talented team and empower them to achieve a common goal. Think of a film director. They don't operate the camera, write the score, edit the scenes, and act in every role. They have a vision, and they leverage the expertise of cinematographers, composers, editors, and actors to bring that vision to life. The final movie is a result that would be impossible for any single person to create alone. So, ask yourself, what am I doing that someone else could do better or more efficiently? Delegating isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strategic thinking. It allows you to focus your energy on the high-impact activities that only you can do. Finally, there is a new form of leverage that has become incredibly important in the digital age: media and content leverage. This is what I am doing right now. I'm recording this video once, but it can be watched by thousands, maybe even millions of people at any time, anywhere in the world. I'm leveraging the YouTube platform to multiply my voice. Every time you write a blog post, record a podcast, create a tutorial, or write a book, you are creating an asset that works for you around the clock. You put in the effort up front to create a valuable piece of content, and it can continue to teach, inspire, and build your reputation long after you've finished the work. Naval Ravikant calls this permissionless leverage because you don't need anyone's approval to start. You can just start writing or recording. Your 1 hour of effort can generate thousands of hours of value for others, which in turn comes back to you in the form of reputation, opportunities, and income. So, how do you start finding and using leverage in your own life? It begins with a shift in mindset. Stop thinking about how can I work harder, and start asking, how can I get more out of the work I'm already doing? First, identify the bottlenecks. Where are you spending the most time and effort for the least result? Is it a repetitive administrative task? That's a target for technology leverage. Are you trying to do everything yourself in your business or project? That's a clear signal to start thinking about people leverage. Second, be a lifelong learner. Understanding leverage requires knowledge. To use financial leverage, you need to understand finance. To use technology, you need to stay curious about new tools. The more you learn, the more levers you'll discover are available to you. Third, think in terms of systems, not just one-off tasks. Instead of just completing a task, think about how you can create a process or a system that handles that task automatically or with minimal effort in the future. This is the essence of building a lever. You build it once, and you use it many times. Let's recap. We have the crowbar of technology automating our work. We have the financial backing of other people's money to grow our wealth. We have the collective power of a team to achieve what we can't alone. And we have the global megaphone of media to spread our ideas. The goal isn't to avoid work. The goal is to make your work count. It's about applying your force at the right point to create the maximum impact. It is the difference between trying to dig a hole with your bare hands versus using a powerful excavator. Both require effort, but the results are worlds apart. So, take a look at your goals for this week, this month, this year. For each one, ask yourself, where's the lever? What tool? What person? What system? What piece of content can I create or use to multiply my effort and get a 10x or even 100x return on my time? Start small. Find one repetitive task this week and automate it. Delegate one thing you don't enjoy doing. Write one article that shares your knowledge. Once you start seeing the results, you'll be hooked. You'll start seeing levers everywhere, and that is when you'll unlock your own superpower for achieving incredible things. Thanks so much for watching. If this idea of leverage sparks something in you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on how to work smarter, not just harder. I'd love to hear in the comments what kind of leverage you're most excited to use. See you in the next video.